I'd like to start a little bit differently today with a very personal story. Since I was a kid, I was always passionate about two things: music and computers. I got actually my first computer when I was 8 years old. Somebody remember this one? It was a Commodore 64. I got it from my grandfather when I was 8. I could barely read, but programming in basic programming language, that was okay. And I got my first electrical guitar when I was 13 from money I earned from delivering newspapers. I later switched to Casio pocket computers and programmed games, which are sold in the schoolyard. And then I started with 14, a band with the goal to become a rock star, which failed a little bit. And the thing is, computers and music have so many things in common. They have so many things in common. They come with these little elements, these little small elements. In music, you have notes. In computer science, you have programming commands. And you can combine them in infinite ways. And the outcome is only limited by your imagination, your quality, and your passion that you put into it. And the result is beautiful pieces of music art, phenomenal software applications that people love or don't love, and it's a true harmony of humans and technology. And it's no difference with well-designed generative AI. AI is a tool that amplifies and augments our human ingenuity and creativity. And at SAP, we are designing AI applications and tools with one fundamental principle in mind: to unleash more business value than ever before. And to look at this value and to stick with the metaphor of music and tech, I'd like to start a bit differently also today before we go into product, and start with an amazing brand: Gibson. Gibson is the world's leading iconic music instrument band that helped shape the sound of music for generations. And it's played by the best world artists and musicians in the world. And I've recently been to Nashville, Tennessee, in their Gibson garage, and really discovered what unites Gibson and SAP. It's the heritage of excellence in our fields. And especially with AI, Gibson, such a traditional brand, is taking their customer experience to an entire new level. But let's hear from them directly. I'm super proud to be joined by Sterling and by John from Gibson out of Nashville, Tennessee. So please join me on stage. Hey, Sterling, great to see you. Hey, John.
How are you?
Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah.
So Sterling, I'll start with you. Tell us a little bit more about Gibson's rich history, but also talk a bit more about the power of AI and how it benefits IT, and specifically marketing.
Sure. By raise of hands, has anybody experienced the Gibson guitar in this audience? Any players out there? We got a couple. All right. For those of you that don't know, Gibson is celebrating our 130th anniversary this year, believe it or not. We've been making stringed instruments, amplifiers, sound solutions. Orville Gibson started in a small factory in Kalamazoo, Michigan, before the turn of the century, the last one. And we've been making handcrafted quality instruments ever since. And we're incredibly proud to be here as a partner on stage today. You may be asking what a company that makes a handmade instrument for 130 years is talking about in terms of AI. That's a question we're asking ourselves. I think many of you are grappling with the same issues that we are, which is what is the appropriate mix of AI within our business structure, our core operating principles. I'm not necessarily sure that AI could probably figure out how to make a better Les Paul, but I think it could definitely make us a better business. And we're already finding with the tools that we're using, especially with Emarsys, that it's helping us get closer to our customers, understand their desires and their needs. We have an exceptionally long life cycle in terms of our buying behavior. So the tools that we are using right now are really trying to make us sharper in understanding our customer needs.
Very cool. Thank you so much. And John, tell us a little bit more on how you're using Emarsys today and the AI capabilities and how they help you.
Yeah, totally. So we're really excited about the AI tools we're using. The main one that we're using right now would be segmentation and marketing automation. Taking a look at some stats real quick though. So in our first year since switching to Emarsys, we've increased our email revenue by 50%. The email impact on our overall business has gone up by 27%. We doubled our engagement rate. and revenue from automation specifically went from 0% to 10%, and now, as you can see there, we're a little above 40%. So it's been awesome, as I just mentioned.
And as John's boss, I'm very happy with that. Also, it's worth noting that all of this is a derivative of us just becoming a consumer-centric business in terms of our D2C business.
Yep.
We've done basically retail business through the history of the company. It's a very recent development that we're actually interacting with our customers directly.
Yeah. So yeah, in terms of segmentation and marketing automation, we're just going to walk through a quick example here. In this example, we're creating a segment, combined segment for first-time buyers who have a product affinity for guitar amps. So walking through that process there. One of the other tools that we've been super excited about has been the AI subject line generator and preview text. It's been really helpful for just like sparking creativity. You can come in with like an 80% baked idea and get really granular on it, and also just speeding up that process. Yep.
Very cool, John. And tell us a little bit more also about the AI, and specifically the Gen AI features that you're currently piloting and some of the things we have in mind for the future.
Yeah. So obviously subject line and preview text generator we've been piloting. In the future, some of the ones we're really excited about, the AI product finder. So using that same example here, we're able to easily input a prompt and get top recommendations for guitar amplifiers. And then the other one is kind of expanding on the subject line and preview text generator and expanding that into copy within the email body itself. So yeah, overall, it seems maybe kind of simple, but it's been really good for creating a more personalized experience, saving a lot of time. And as Sterling said, we have maybe a bit of a longer buying cycle than some other brands. We're not selling t-shirts, we're selling guitars. So being able to be more personal with these things just helps create a more valued experience for our customer.
Cool. Thank you so much, John, for sharing. And Sterling, this all sounds already pretty great. How do you envision, as a head of marketing at Gibson, how do you envision how the future of AI at Gibson looks like?
So I think I have to take an operations standpoint first. My background's in marketing operations, and I tend to look at things through the lens of, how do we annotate our headcount? How is the experience of working at Gibson annotated with AI, and it's not a replacement for headcount? How can we use it to look at all of our widespread processes and figure out how to optimize those processes? At the end of the day, if we can create a better experience for the people that work within the business, we'll have better retention. If we can get more margin for our valued retailers, we can spend more time on research and development. If we can create a better experience for our customers, then we can have better lifetime value. I think that's all a derivative of looking at an operations standpoint first. But I'm also finding that my creative team is finding clever ways of using AI and offsetting some of their production.
Sure.
So we're very, very interested to see where this can go, and I'm very, very interested to talk more about where Emarsys is going to take us as a business.
Cool. So we'll leave it for now. I think we can go on forever. So thank you so much, first of all, for sharing here on stage. So give a warm round of applause to both Sterling and to both John. Thank you so much for joining. And as you can see, maybe, because if you're coming with such an iconic brand, right, you cannot just do a boring PowerPoint presentation, but we're going to have some fun a little bit later, so stay tuned. But before we get there, I want to walk you through our product updates. And Gibson is just one example of the 27,000 customers, right? And of course, a variety of ways that are benefiting from SAP Business AI already today. And in the next couple of minutes, I'd like to walk you through some of our innovation updates. So first, as an overview, that's our distinct AI strategy. You saw it from Christian earlier, and it's three things. It's relevant, it's reliable, and it's responsible. And it's relevant because we are bringing the AI where the work is already happening today. In cloud ERP and finance and supply chain and HR and many, many more things, or Emarsys, marketing, sales, services. And we design it in a way that it's available with the click of a button. Really, that it works out of the box, no further training, pre-training, and all those things required. It gives you immediate benefit and value. And on top of the business process layer as embedded capabilities, we are reimagining and reinventing the entire user experience with Joule to work with the system in natural language. And some of you may remember last year, Sapphire, we promised you the first scenarios right here in Orlando on the stage, job description generation with SuccessFactors or sales and service automation, for example. And I'm happy to share that by end of Q1, we have delivered all of them. All of them were delivered. They're in the product. You can use them right away, and you can turn them on with a click of a button. So we have 39 value cases already. For example, we just deployed in March an all-new hotel itemization with Concur. We had been using AI for 10 years to do hotel itemization and automating expense reports, but it still, on average, takes 23 minutes to complete one. And with Gen AI, we just made it 30% faster and more accurate. And since March, we just avoided 200,000 hours of manual and mundane work. It just works out of the box. And here at Sapphire, you can explore 50 additional net new cases on top across the entire portfolio at the various booths in the application area and on BTP. One of them, for example, is Financial Business Insights. And if you're a controller or you work in accounts receivables, you know how that works, right? Figuring out a project margin or a product profitability, it takes ages to go through all the various tables and look all the things up, number by number, row by row. That's a thing of the past because Joule can answer with the next S/4HANA Cloud Public Edition release all these questions for you, and we believe it will make you twice as fast as compared to the traditional approach of doing it manually. Now, but the thing is, it's not about just counting these use cases. It's all about the value that they provide to your business at the end of the day. So let's do in a very simple example, a back-on-the-envelope math calculation. So let's take an exemplary company of 20,000 employees. And let's take one of our recent innovations, which is goal and performance goal and development goal generation in SuccessFactors. And for each of your employees, you need to create, let's say, 3 goals every year. And let's also further say each performance goal takes you, I don't know, 15 minutes maybe, maybe more. So that's 60,000 hours of 60,000 goals you need to create. And of course, that's 15,000 hours of work. Now, with the new AI-assisted goal generation in SuccessFactors, we can easily save 6 minutes per goal. So that cuts down the work to 6,000 hours and saves you the other 9,000, which you can spend on better things and more useful things in the company. Now let's further assume you're doing this at an average hourly wage of $30. So that's around about $270,000 in cost avoidance. Now this is just one of the SuccessFactors cases we just delivered. We have more, we have 15 more already in the product since May. So you can just go in your SuccessFactors and just use them right away. And we just did the math again, and we can avoid already today 277,000 hours of work with these scenarios, which equals 8.3 million cost avoidance. It's amazing. And it's not just HR, it's supply chain, it's finance, it's customer experience. If we do this just for the delivered things, we can easily deliver up to 76 million impact either in top line or bottom line for the business based on generative AI. So SAP makes it real for you. Of course, it's just an exemplary company, but we rolled this out to all our folks also in the field who can specifically do the math for your business as well. Now, besides the embedded capabilities, we have Joule, our generative AI Copilot. And let's take a closer look at some of its latest capabilities. So already prior Sapphire, you could do mainly 3 things with Joule. Retrieve information, for example, SuccessFactors or S/4HANA Public Cloud, navigate across different different applications because it's it's one Joule, it's not one Joule per application. And you can do transactions, such as, for example, creating job requisitions in natural language. It's really cool. And we are adding in Q3 a 4th type, which is analytical interactions across your landscape. So people can type an arbitrary analytical question and get this served either in the web or within mobile and mobile start in Q3 as well. And until end of this year, we're supporting 80% of the most used things that people do in SAP within Joule as well. And we do this across the majority of the SAP applications. Here you see the roadmap. If you want to quickly take a photo, I'll leave it up for 1 sec. RISE with SAP is the latest product line that we are supporting as of this quarter. And we have an exciting new capability, which we call document grounding. Now, document grounding is great because it brings not just the structured world of SAP into Joule, but all your unstructured data. Think of your HR policy documents, your travel policy documents residing on SharePoint, Google Workspace, or what have you. And you can bring them all together in Joule now and then reason over it and to generate insights like never before. This is available today, GA and SuccessFactors, and we're rolling it out to more applications later this year. And Joule is available across the world in all major regions, on all major hyperscalers. And while you can today converse mainly in English language, we are expanding language support to other native languages, including French, German, Spanish, and Portuguese in Q3 as well. Now, I have 2 more exciting updates for you. I said it already in the keynote. Imagine we could all accelerate our SAP projects by 30% and implement SAP solutions faster than ever before. And Joule, with its new consulting and ABAP code generation capabilities, is here to make this a reality. And this is part of our very strong collaboration partnership with NVIDIA, because Joule, under the hood, is supercharged by NVIDIA's technology for phenomenal question and answering, as well as generating and understanding and testing modern ABAP cloud code. And we are launching the early adoption in Q3 and aiming for GA later this year. Now, in addition, I often get the question, how many copilots do I need? And my answer is very, very simple. As of today, you only need 2 copilots, and they need to be seamlessly integrated for the best possible user experience in the enterprise ever. And this is why we are thrilled to announce our extended partnership with Microsoft and fully integrate Joule and Copilot with Microsoft 365 in a bidirectional way. And we are combining these 2 worlds so that Microsoft 365 data and workflows light up in Joule, as well as within Microsoft Copilot, SAP lights up with Joule as well. So for example, when you're in Microsoft Teams and you need information on a project budget or financial insights, it's just 1 short question away from Copilot. But if you're also in Joule currently in an SAP application and you want to share, for example, your financial report in Microsoft Teams or check it out on Outlook or whatever have you, you can do it from Joule as well. So this is going to be the ultimate enterprise experience and will boost all our productivities like never before. And we are working on a first iteration of that in S/4HANA public cloud in August and a first major scope end of this year. I mentioned already earlier that AI is only as good as the data and the foundation, the integration it's based on. And this is where our customized AI on business technology platform comes in. Because SAP BTP is the choice for generative AI. At the heart of our AI foundation is what we call Generative AI Hub. And it's unique in 4 ways. First, Generative AI Hub is the only platform in the world where you can switch between all the frontier models. Second, you can use it to tailor and customize actually all the embedded capabilities, because every customer, of course, we acknowledge, wants a slightly different version of what we thought of it. And then, of course, you can build your own ideas that are not part of the standard and the embedded applications as well, fully integrated with your data and metadata, either in the line of business applications or through DataSphere. And we are thrilled to announce 40 additional capabilities on AI Foundation with this Sapphire. And for example, we are bringing the best models from Amazon Bedrock, like the Anthropic's Claude 3 family, or the Amazon Titan models, Google's Gemini models, and also Azure OpenAI, the latest ones with GPT-4o, to Gen AI Hub as well, which now gives us, on the Gen AI Hub, 22 of the best large language models in the world on BTP. And this makes BTP the only platform in the world where you can access all frontier models and open source models from a single place, fully integrated already with your SAP landscape, because this is the way how we designed our own applications for SuccessFactors and S/4HANA. But we are not stopping here. We are also loving open source. This is why we're thrilled to announce our all-new partnership with Meta AI, bringing the most capable open source model with Meta Llama 3 to Gen AI Hub as well. And to specifically serve our European customers, we are announcing today an all-new partnership with Mistral AI out of Paris in France to serve end-to-end in a full sovereign option from the large language model, operating the large language model, up to the business application, a fully sovereign option to run generative AI as well. And these are some of our updates that you can find here at SAP Sapphire all over in the application area, as I said, or within BTP. We have great new extended partnerships in place with NVIDIA, with Microsoft, with Amazon, with Meta, with Mistral. Over 100 new Gen AI use cases you can explore in all the various sessions. And for the techies of you, go to BTP, 40 new exciting capabilities on the AI foundation to build your own things. And we really can't wait to see what you are going to do with this. And with this, thank you very much for joining this session today.